Giannopolous from Rikers Gym in Adelaide. Jeremy keeping in the corner, brings in a record at 6-2 with 2 knockouts. The Greek Bouzouki music, the same themes on the Brian Mike Zambides uses, accompanying Theo Giannopolous here tonight.
He opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Mullan.
He really doesn't need an introduction to Melbourne kickboxing. Mark Mullan brings in the experience here. 14 wins, 2 losses for the ISKA South Pacific and Victorian champion. Always exciting, trained by Paul Fifield, is Mark Mullan. So we are ready for 3 rounds of action. Modified rules, knees, no elbows, between Mark Mullan, trained by Paul Fifield, and Theo Giannopolous from Adelaide, with the great Alan Wong in his corner. Mark Mullan always explosive.
Are you ready?
And Ignatius Missilidis gets us underway.
Well, it's been great to have Mark Mullan come down with, of course, Paul Fifield to Hammer's Gym, to my gym, and be sparring with some of the up-and-comers there. And Mullan, a true professional, has worked in so well with the boys in preparation for this fight, and done so many rounds, and wanting to make a big impression on this card tonight. Of course, with the great Paul Fifield in his corner. Also an honour to have Paul come down to my gym and frequent there, do some sparring.
Mark Mullan has spent some time training in Holland recently at many of the K1 Superstar gyms over there. And he is sporting the Dutch flag on his trunks here tonight, of course, the vertical stripes of the red, white and blue. A tentative start here from Mullan. Nice high right round kick.
It's got beautiful footwork, Mullan, and good anticipation. Usually uses his jab in overtime to measure all of his remaining combinations. Sets off the jab nicely.
Giannopolous, only half the fights of experience of Mark Mullan, brings in an 8-fight record. Mullan's got 16 to his credentials. We haven't seen a lot of Theo Giannopolous here in Melbourne, with Alan Wong in his corner, of course, the long-time trainer of Paul Swilinski and many others. Giannopolous is in very good hands. Also Jeremy Keeping in the corner there, the Muay Thai crew from Adelaide.
Yeah, he's from Jeremy Keeping's gym, Rikers Gym.
High left round there from Giannopolous.
Jeremy has left him in the very capable hands of Alan Wong for this fight. Alan, of course, how long has he been around, Michael? I think since Muay Thai started almost.
Longer than I have, Hammer. Longer than you and I combined. The left hook there moves into a clinch and a short knee to the midsection from Mullan. Final seconds of the opening round. It's been a real filling out process for both men as Mullan tries to string together the punching combinations.
Well, Mullan will certainly have the advantage with the hands. Of course, so many credentialed boxers training out of Fifield's gym. There'll be no shortage of boxing sparring for Mullan. Theo, of course, Giannopolous, predominantly a Thai boxer, Thai stylist, will be looking for the clinch, but not allowed in this battle.
Second round of action here between Theo Giannopolous and Mark Mullan. Some different characteristics we're seeing on Mark Mullan in the first round. A much more tentative start, a more Thai-oriented style than his usual kickboxing style. No doubt put a bit of Holland back home with him. Got some hard yards over there too, training at Golden Glory, at Mike's gym, at Voss gym as well, Majiro gym. Gets underneath the right hand of Giannopolous. Neither man able to work the knees in the clinch there.
Of course, last time out, Mullan had a war with Eric Miskell. And, Miskell, very strong Thai stylist. Mullan taking the win right on the finish line for that one.
Jab uppercut off the lead hand. Then he switched stance momentarily, did Mullan. Now back to orthodox.
And of course he had a battle with Simon Kutsavalis, Mullan, which wasn't a great fight for him on one of the Ultimate Promotions, the Rumble in the Jungle show. So he's coming off a loss against Kutsavalis. And tonight he's here to redeem himself, of course, against Theo Giannopolous.
Nice high right round kick there from Mullan. Giannopolous just brought the left forearm up and returns a left leg round kick of his own.
Of course, this 3x2, Michael, you really need to keep the work rate up. Can't afford to sit back too much and let the rounds tick down because, of course, you've got 3 rounds to make an impression. You need to start strong from the get-go. Get the work rate up and get the points on the judges' scorecard.
Giannopolous not intimidated at all here by Mark Mullan. As you would assume, he may be fighting in front of Mullan's home crowd and, as I said, giving away huge experience. Mullan's been around the traps here in Melbourne kickboxing for a long time. And performed at a number of big promotions, the Tarek Solek promotions back in the day. Tarek Solek here ringside amongst a bevy of Melbourne kickboxing luminaries. Jink Bayek, another one. They've turned out in force here tonight to support Kelly Safe, Shan Hanna, Peter Hatton, Promotions. 2 rounds down, 1 remaining between Mullan and Giannopolous. Hammer, how do you see it going into the third?
It's a close one, but I'm thinking that Mullan just putting the more effective scoring on the scorecards. But Theo Giannopolous, of course, Adelaide, such a strong fighting community, and you can see that in his skill level and technique. Giannopolous, even though he's got less fights, is measuring nicely in this one with Mark Mullan.
Let's go, Mark. Let's go. Touch gloves. Mark,
third and final round. It is still anyone's fight for the taking. You feel that Mullan has the slight edge at the moment, that Giannopolous is in no means done by yet. It'll take the final round from someone, though, to really cement it. Will we see Mullan now pick up the pace?
Well, he certainly needs to pick up the pace and finish strongly in this third and final round.
One hand, Mark.
Clinching here early on, dead centre of the ring. Got to keep it clean, got to keep the action flowing. And Mullan needs a stiff jab from Giannopolous, and Giannopolous with a thunderous right hand. This is a good start to the round from Theo Giannopolous, Hammer.
So he is very effective in his counter fighting, and also not bad on the front foot either, Giannopolous.
I just wonder if maybe Mullan has forsaken some of his speed and power for more technique in this fight, Hammer.
Just needs to open up and let it go. Very technical fight from both boys.
Let go.
Tried for the meet and greet near to the jawline there, did Mullan. They drift back to the centre ring, but a good round so far from Giannopolous. Throwing that right hand down the tube too. He does have the reach here over Mark Mullan. Overhand right from Mullan. Into the upper left rib cage. Doubles up on it. He's just butchered up that left side of the body.
This is where Mullan will have the advantage in the field with the boxing skills.
Back to centre ring again. Giannopolous sticks the front kick into the midsection. Mullan tries to force him against the ropes. Does now. Good left uppercut. Nice knee to the midsection. And Giannopolous just circles off.
Nice combination from Mullan there. Let the hand combo go and finish with a knee, looking to do the same again, and he's got that technique working nicely, that little combo.
He has a little word to us as he peers over the ropes there, Mark Mullan. He's enjoying himself in centre ring, and certainly the last 30 seconds may have just closed the deal here for Mark Mullan. Maybe just tipping over the line with the judges. Giannopolous did start the round the stronger, but Mullan has owned the last minute or so. Nice knees again to that tenderised left side of the carcass of Giannopolous. Gets airborne with a final technique, and that should be enough to put another victory on the record of Mark Mullan.
Well, certainly a good finish from Mullan. Nice combinations. They've brought it home nicely. Very skillful display from Mullan, but also Theo Giannopolous. Congratulations to him. What a great effort against a very established fighter in Mullan's. And fighting, I suppose, not under his rules, which is modified Muay Thai minimum. Tonight he stepped in with just the kickboxing predominantly, Theo, and done well with it.
30-28 and 30-28 with your winner by unanimous points from the red corner, Mark.
No doubt about it, Mark Mullan takes his record now to 15-2. Back in the winner's circle, but impressive indeed was Theo.